Making offensive comments to women is not new for Dilip Ghosh, the West Bengal BJP president. He is famous for making such comments which turns to massive outrage. His comments have damaged BJP in a large part of Bengal, but still he blabbers. In a recent interview to a well-known Bengali media house, he talked about the artists who have joined politics, advising them to concentrate on songs, dance and leave politics apart. Let's listen to him.
কিন্তু একটা ভালো গান হয়েছে, আপনি জানি না দেখেছেন কিনা, মিউজিক ভিডিও, অনেক শিল্পীরা মিলে গিয়েছেন, আমরা অন্য দেশে যাব না, এই দেশেতেই থাকবো, কিরম লাগলো?
আমি শিল্পীদের বলছি আপনারা গান গান নাচুন, ওটা আপনাদের শোভা পায়। রাজনীতি করতে হবে, ওটা আমাদের ছেড়ে দিন, নাহলে রগড়ে দেবো।
রগড়ে দেবো বলতে
জানে ওরা আমি কীভাবে রগড়াই।
Meanwhile, his comment was protested by his fellow party worker and a famous television actress, Rupanjana Mitru. While asked the media, Mitru replied, and I quote, "No matter who says it, I strongly protest. It is an inappropriate manner to talk about artists. I watched the video, I didn't like the body language either. I am not disrespecting his fight, but leaders need to be more composed. Whatever seems wrong to me, I will say wrong. If artists are not needed, then why are they being nominated? Many artists have succeeded in politics. Jayalalitha should not be forgotten. Artists are working in this way. Their moral is breaking down. We are also putting in an equal effort." Recently, in another public forum, Dilip Ghosh made a scathing attack on a Bengal television actress, Monalisa Pal. Here is the argument.
আপনি এবং কটূক্তি একেবারে সমার্থক, এটা আমার আর নতুন করে বলার কোনো অপেক্ষা রাখে না, এটা সবাই জানে, আপনি তো খুব ভালোভাবেই জানেন। ইনফ্যাক্ট উইকিপিডিয়া পেজ আপনার ব্যাপারে বলতে গিয়ে কন্ট্রোভার্সি টপিকটা একটা আলাদা করে লম্বা করে রেখেছে, আমি বলতে গেলে এখন অনেক সময় লাগবে। আমার একটাই প্রশ্ন, এই যে আপনি বিরোধী পক্ষ থেকে শুরু করে পুলিশ সকলকে হয় মেরে শ্মশানে পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছেন, নাহলে হাসপাতালে পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছেন, এবং সাম্প্রতিককালে আপনি আমাদের রাজ্যের মুখ্যমন্ত্রীকে বারমুন্ডা পরার উপদেশ দিয়েছেন। আচ্ছা, আপনি এগুলো কেন বলেন? এটা আমি অনেকবার ভেবেছি, আমি জিজ্ঞেস করবো আপনি এরকম ধরনের কথা কেন বলেন? এ ধরনের কথা, আমার কথা এখনো শেষ হয়নি, আমার প্রশ্নটা শেষ করে নি। এই ধরনের কথা আপনি কেন বলেন? তাতে মানে মিডিয়া টেনশন পাওয়া যায় বলে, বা আপনার দলের সমর্থকরা খুব হাততালি দেয় তাই, বা আপনি তাদের কাছে নায়ক হয়ে উঠতে পারেন এই কারণেই? মানে কেন বলেন এ ধরনের কথা? এ ধরনের কথা বললে তো আপনি যাকে একেবারে ব্যক্তিগতভাবে আক্রমণ করছেন তার তো অপমান হচ্ছেই। আমরা যারা রয়েছে আমাদের শুনেও কিন্তু খারাপ লাগছে, কারণ আপনি তো দলনেতা, আপনি যে দলের প্রতিনিধিত্ব করেন, এতে কি সেই দলের শ্রীবৃদ্ধি হয়? আপনি আপনার বক্তব্যের শুরুতে বললেন যে তৃণমূলের প্রোডাকশন সিস্টেমটাই গন্ডগোলের। আপনার সঙ্গে তো তৃণমূলের প্রোডাকশন সিস্টেমের কোনো সম্পর্ক নেই, তাহলে আপনার গন্ডগোলটা কোথায়? কেন বলেন এই ধরনের কথা? কোত্থেকে নিয়েছেন এই কোর্স?
আমি মনে করি না কটূক্তি আর বিতর্ক একই জিনিস। আমরা কথায় আপনি বিতর্ক করতে পারেন, তার মানে এটা কটূক্তি হবে কোনো মানে নাই। আপনি কোনটাকে কটূক্তি মনে করেন, কোনটা বিতর্ক মনে করেন, সেটা আপনার ব্যাপার, তাই আমার কিছু যায় আসে না। আর আমি যেটা
আপনি বলতে চাইছেন,
শুনে নিন, আপনার ভাষণ শুনেছি আমি, আমারটা শুনুন। এবার প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে যে আমি কাকে অপমান করেছি। একজন মহিলা আপনাকে ঠ্যাং তুলে দেখাবে, এটা শোভাদায়ক। আমি সাজেশন দিলাম যে বারমুডা পড়ুন, আপনি একজন মহিলাটা স্বীকার করতে পারেন? গ্রামের মহিলাদের জিজ্ঞেস করুন তারা কি বলছে। আপনার কাছে হয়তো ওটা সভ্যতা হতে পারে, আধুনিকতা হতে পারে, আমার কাছে আমি এত আধুনিক নই। দিলীপ ঘোষের হিম্মত আছে এই কথাটা চোখে চোখ দিয়ে বলা, সেটা আপনি বিতর্কিত মনে করতে পারেন, হাজারবার করুন, আমি কিন্তু বলবো। কারণ আমার নৈতিকতায় আমি কারোর কাছে কিছু চাই না, কারোর ধার ধারি না, আমি সমাজের কাছে দায়বদ্ধ। সমাজ যেটা ঠিক মনে করবে না দিলীপ ঘোষ সেটা বলবে, আপনার কত খারাপ লাগুক আমার কিছু যায় আসে না। আমি ব্যক্তিগতভাবে কাউকে অশ্রদ্ধা করি না, অপমান করি না, কিন্তু সমাজের মানসিকতায় মূল্যবোধে আঘাত দেওয়ার অধিকার আপনাকে কেউ দেয়নি, তাহলে দিলীপ ঘোষ আপনার সামনে দাঁড়াবে।
On March 10, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee got injured while she was doing election campaign in her constituency Nandigram. After undergoing treatment for a couple of days at SSKM Hospital in Kolkata, she was discharged, and later she decided to continue her election campaign in the wheelchair. Leaving no stones unturned, the West Bengal BJP chief made another derogatory remark on CM Banerjee and said, and I quote, "She is our chief minister. We expect her to act appropriately, befitting Bengal's culture. A woman showing her leg in sari is inappropriate. People are objecting. I found it objectionable, so I spoke." He crosses all the limits. He never showed regards, justifying his comments. This time, a lot of celebrities have joined BJP from the Bengali film industry. They have contested elections from the prime constituencies, like famous Bengali film star Yash Dasgupta from Chonditola, Rudronil Ghosh from Bhawanipur, Payal Sarkar from Behala East, Shravanti Chatterjee from Behala West constituency, Tanushri Chakraborty from Shampupur in Howrah, and another famous Bengali silver screen face, Parno Mitra from Boranagar Assembly constituency. The old-timer Mithun Chakraborty also been roped in by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in an open public meeting. He is also actively campaigning for the BJP. One of the 5 BJP MPs contesting for the assembly elections is musician turned actor turned politician, Union Minister Babul Supriyo. He has contested for Tollygun seat. Another is famous face of Bengali silver screen and Member of Parliament from Hooghly Lok Sabha constituency, Lokesh Chatterjee. She has contested from Chunchura Assembly seat. Since Trinamool Congress came to the power in West Bengal in 2011, it is harping on celebrities from different sectors, from actors to painters to doctors to musicians. This time, TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee had decided to fill in 40% of new faces, including celebs from different sectors. Dev is a Bengali superstar and a Lok Sabha MP since 2014. In the last general election in 2019, actors Nusrat Jahan and Mimi Chakraborty also won with a huge margin. Bratto Basu, a well-known theatre personality, is a cabinet minister of Mamata government. Even in the Indian politics, artists have made marks in different times in different positions. Amitabh Bachchan, Rajesh Khanna, Wahida Rahman, Dharmendra, Hema Malini, Jaya Bachchan, Jaya Prada, Govinda, Rekha, Sunil Dutt, Raj Babbar, and Southern superstar Chiranjeevi, etc. Still, many of them are part of BJP in many positions. But the question rises that why does Dilip Ghosh make such comments? Many feels that this is a cultural problem of BJP. Many BJP leaders have a feudal mindset. They don't believe in gender equality.
The first thing that I think we need to discuss is that these comments are made deliberately. Because yes, these are comments which are absolutely objectionable, and yes, these are the comments after you make them, people do talk about it. So there, yes, you are, trying to set the agenda. We in communication theories have always read this agenda setting theory. So you are setting the agenda for the people so that people talk about your misogynistic comment, and at the same time they forget where the petrol prices are. They forget what you are doing to them in terms of, say, the interest rates in the banks. I really want to understand that how did he decide what is right and what is wrong for the society? I don't know. But yes, he said that, first of all, when he was asked why he made offensive comments, he said that what he said was not offensive. What he said was controversial. And there is a difference between controversial and offensive. Absolutely. So if I say today that BJP is a fascist party, or BJP as an institution is a fascist institution, that is a controversial comment, because BJP would say, no, we are not fascist, we are, the most secular party that can exist in the world, or blah, 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 blah. But, up to them. But this is a controversial statement. But if I say that, Dilip Ghosh is, I don't know, if I make a comment, if I make a defamatory comment about Dilip Ghosh, which I'm not supposed to do on this video, then that would not be controversial anymore. That would be defamatory, and that would be offensive. So the comment that he made about Mamata Banerjee telling her what to wear and what not to wear and how she should behave and everything, that is outright defamatory. That is outright offensive. But I know this much, that you cannot talk about her the way he said. He exactly said, I'm gonna quote him, that ওরকম শাড়ি তুলে পা দেখানোকে লোকে ঠিক করে নেয় না. Translating into English, he thought that people does not accept, showing the legs like that. So that is why he proposed a Bermuda. So my point is, there are a lot of things that people do not take well. People do not want a riot. What is he doing about it? His party is one of the biggest conspirators of India for all the big riots that we have seen to this day. What is the party doing about it? The party has very open agenda of doing anti-Muslim propaganda in this country. The party has a very open agenda of spreading xenophobia in the country. We don't take it well. What is the party doing about it? So if he's so concerned about what the rural women think of, or if he's so concerned about what the rural women do not appreciate, then let me tell you, rural women do not appreciate getting raped. Then what are so many rapists, alleged rapists, doing in your party? What do you have to talk about the rape victims of Hathras or Unnao, or say Asifa Banu, the rape victim in in Kathua? What rural women do not appreciate, then you have to understand that rural women also probably will appreciate an expansion of education. What are you doing for that?
It's quite shameful to see these kind of comments come from a particular veteran political leader, because I think that he himself doesn't know what he's actually talking about. But at the same time, what can we expect from a party like this? It's a right-wing fundamentalist party. They have their thoughts embedded in the erstwhile male-dominated culture from the Mahabharatas as well. So, being a normal person, it's actually sad to see who we vote for. I actually feel sorry for the other people who are thinking right now that BJP might bring some changes in Bengal. Yes, there will be some changes in Bengal, but will those changes be beneficial or harmful? That we have to see. The kind of leaders that BJP has made in the assembly votes, it really reflects the essence of the party, because it's only meant for those barbarics, NRIs, and people who have no stable educational background. What can you expect from all them?
Satisfying the male ego is the key here. If you see the ideology of that particular political party, and if you see the gender parity in their party, how many number of female candidates they have selected? The number is only 21 out of all the candidates they have selected. And if you talk about the comments, whether it is based on Bermuda or whatever has happened in the last 2 weeks, Mr. Ghosh was on point, and it was completely I can call it a defamatory statement. You cannot defame a woman. It is very difficult to digest in a patriarchal society that how a woman is leading a state. If you see the condition, the current scenario, almost all the states are governed by a single party. So I don't know, it's too early to say, but we are actually living in a pseudo-dystopian society where things are imposing on us. We have to follow them. You cannot speak, you cannot question, you cannot criticize anyone. You just have to follow things. Just be a conformist. This particular party, they are male dominated always. They support patriarchy. They support a kind of a politics which always exploit the other gender most of the time. I know it's a big claim, but if you see their history, now the state of Bengal is ruling by a woman. See, I am not a TMC supporter. I am not even a BJP supporter. I am nowhere near. I am not a political party supporter. Not any, right. But I do support ideologies. I do support those who respect women. With a lot of patriarchal pressure, the resilient patriarchal pressure, what you call, it's very difficult to digest. So Mr. Ghosh is not a different person in this scenario. If you see the entire setup, if you see his comments, I can't see a point of respect towards women, right?
Senior party leaders reportedly said that often Dilip Ghosh was scolded, criticized and censored by the top leadership, but never criticized him publicly either. So whether his comments are appreciated by the electorate or not, that is to see in the coming days. If you like our video, do share and subscribe our channel.